Good morning, everyone. So I'm doing this during a really, really loud thunderstorm. And so that's what you're going to hear in the background. Maybe we'll get some thunder and lightning happening. It's been going on for the last couple hours, and I thought I'm not going to not do the daily reading because there's a thunderstorm. So the energy for today is about change and being pushed to change. We have Venus and Mars both in Virgo, and they're conjunct, but they're also trining to Uranus. And with Uranus, Uranus is the planet of innovation. It's the planet of change. It's the planet of opportunity and kind of getting that push forward. And it's in Taurus right now. So there's a lot when it comes to your vitality and the way that you're living and how you're living, especially because Taurus is ruled by Venus, and that's one of the planets that is trining with Uranus right now. There is sort of this, part of it is a need to really work on yourself, like change things about yourself that really weren't working before, and allowing yourself to see where you need to be changed. And the Virgo energy of all of this being in Virgo is pushing everybody forward. There's also with this Venus and Mars conjunction, which means that they are hopping along right next to each other in the same sign. That's what conjunction means. There's an extra desire to put like an oomph on everything when it comes to relationships, when it comes to money, when it comes to material things. If you are feeling pulled to, like, I don't know, make a big purchase right now, it's this energy being like bling bling bling, like go go get what you want now. Just be careful that that's something that you are going to want after this energy is over. But yeah, there's also this really big desire to put a little extra into the projects that you're doing, and even like change the way you are like treating yourself and stuff. Virgo rules the stomach, but is also very, because of the daily habits of the Virgo energy, it's really, Virgos are really big, most Virgos are really big into like health and stuff like that. What's very interesting is I'm not typically like a big health nut. I can be. I have my moments of being a big health nut and like wanting to work out and eat right. And now is one of those times because I'm realizing coming into this energy through July and now in August, coming into this energy, I realized that something needed to change. And that was me taking better care of myself. Now I have like spots in my own birth chart that show why it's a struggle for me to put myself first and to take care of myself first. But that would be like something that is just different for you. But yes, so this Virgo energy is wanting us to take care of ourselves and wanting us to change and change for the better. And you may even find yourself wanting to like reorganize your entire schedule or start just start organizing in general. Some people do a lot of spring cleaning during this energy because they're feeling that need for transition and that need for change, right? And we're also switching seasons at the same time. So if you think about it, there's like a whole gamut of change that's going on right now. So let's look at the cards. Oh, we do have, the moon is opposite Saturn right now. So there, it might be a little bit difficult to express how you feel at times during today. That Venus and Mars conjunct, though, is probably going to wipe that feeling of not wanting to express yourself, because the moon opposite Saturn is like taking the emotions and tamping them down and being like, no, we have to be strict, right? But Venus and Mars are together. So I almost want to say that that like overrides anything that the moon is doing with Saturn. So okay, if it ended, and this is exactly what I'm hearing, if it ended, it was supposed to end. And there's absolutely no reason for you to continue to wait for something that is over. And so I want you to really pay attention if you are, this energy is also helping us to let go of things that are no longer that were horrible to begin with, but we were staying in it for whatever reason, why you would stay in something that was like really horrible and obnoxious. But the Ten of Swords is telling me that if it's over, it was supposed to be over. And the Three of Wands, you know, this is like, it's time to look. If you look at the way these cards are, that guy's back is actually to those Ten of Swords. Like, it's time to look elsewhere. It's time to look and do different things with your life. Whatever ended was supposed to end. And it's the end of the story. And you can't hold your life up waiting for something to maybe happen. And this could be anything, a job, a relationship. We'll clarify, of course, to see. But, I mean, this could be anything that's going on in your life right now. Whoa, guys. So I'm going to take that one because it's staring straight at me, but all the other ones are going to go away. Yeah. And you really have to let go of things because it was painful and not stay in a paused momentum, right? So we have the Three of Swords and we have the Hanged Man. And did you hear that? The thunder? It's really loud. This Three of Swords, you know, and I often talk about the Three of Swords in this way, where this initial pain that caused the Ten of Swords that had to end, right? That initial pain is done. Like, we've been hurt. It wasn't fun. It was really horrible. The thing that you're holding on to right now are the memories. And you keep reliving it over and over and over again. And that's why you keep getting stabbed in the heart over and over and over again. Because swords are our thoughts, right? And so the more you relive it, the harder it's going to be to move past it. And we talked about, it wasn't yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? About being on pause and not actually being stuck, but in a paused state of mind, being on pause, because you have to assess where you're going from here, right? After something that painful happens, now you have to reassess. And sometimes, you know, this energy feels like wanting to get things done, but it's also asking you to make sure that you're taking the much needed steps forward and not skipping anything. And that's why you have to be on pause. Okay. I know in the Libra reading, it was a lot about being on pause. Speaking of Libras, justice. But there's this balancing when we're placed on pause, whether we do it ourselves or whether we're forced to do it by the universal energy. Doesn't matter how it happens. But whether we place ourselves on pause or it's forced upon us, it's always to find balance, right? It's to allow us to look at things in a different perspective, which is what the Hanged Man does, right? He puts himself there upside down in order to see things from a different perspective. So right now, if you feel like you have to start getting something done and you don't want to be specifically on pause or stuck anymore, make a plan. And part of that plan is protecting yourself. Healthy boundaries. And when I say healthy boundaries, I mean these boundaries are, and it's going to be different for everybody, right? These boundaries you're going to put into place without judging yourself first. Because I feel like there's a lot of judgment that's happening within, right? Don't judge yourself for having boundaries just because you know that people aren't going to accept them. They're your fucking boundaries. Excuse my language, but they're your boundaries. They're nobody else's boundaries. And who are they to say those boundaries aren't good enough? I'm not okay with your boundaries, right? They're your boundaries. I mean, make sure that you're a moral human being when it comes to your boundaries, but the things that you do and say to protect yourself in certain situations, that's you. That's nobody else but you. Let's see what this Ten of Swords is. And you have to have healthy boundaries when you're coming out of a time of the Ten of Swords and Three of Swords. That's painful. Like, it's very obvious that you have been legit ripped out. Something has been ripped out of you because somebody else had some power over your life, over your emotional status, something. There was some power given away, right? And now you're going to take it back because you've realized that you deserve better than the Ten of Swords and you deserve better than the Three of Swords. So let's see what this Ten of Swords represents. Deep breaths, because the cards are not, it's like nobody wants to know, you know. Deep breaths. There it is. So what I'm hearing with this is it's the end of a life as you once knew it. Not the end of life, but we have that Ten of Pentacles on the Ten of Swords. What you once thought was the Ten of Pentacles, and we've talked about this before, where the Ten of Pentacles is about not necessarily what you have on the outside of you in your material existence, but what you also have on the inside. And if it doesn't reflect the same, humility, acceptance. Also, who are the people that were once in your life that you now have to let go of? Because they no longer represent that Ten of Pentacles for you, right? Because the Ten of Pentacles is not just having a stable, comfortable existence. It's also sharing it with other people. So the life as you once knew it, no longer. It's in the past. It's dead and gone. And it's okay to grieve that. In fact, I hope you do. I wish for you to. Grieving a life that you once had is necessary. Just like grieving relationships. Grieving a person that you lost who passed on or transitioned, right? And why do you grieve it and let it go and leave it in the past? Because you have so much more being offered to you in your future. The Ace of Pentacles on the Three of Wands. You have to make room for that Ace of Pentacles. And with this previous Ten of Pentacles, there's no room. There was no room for what Source, God, has for you in store, right? Has in store for you. In the store of God. No, that should be a t-shirt. But that Ace of Pentacles on the Three of Wands is saying, open your eyes up, allow yourself to grieve what you've lost, but then let it go, right? That Three of Swords, I understand the pain of it. And I understand the regret of it. And I understand what you feel like you lost. But let's not dwell on those 3 cups. In this 5 of Cups, let's not dwell on the 3 cups that are spilled. Let's focus on the 2 that are behind him, but are still there, right? 3 of Swords, 3 cups spilled, 3 of Swords, 3 cups, see what I mean? It all coincides with each other. Let's not focus. Grieve. Allow yourself to grieve. But once you have allowed yourself to, and it may come up a couple of times, but in the interim, in between, focus on what Source is giving you. This is an opportunity to literally remove people and things from your life right now. All this Uranus, time to change things, right? Nobody said that the Uranus transit was going to be easy, especially in Taurus. Uranus doesn't like being in Taurus. Taurus doesn't like Uranus being there either. It's a mutual, not, it's mutual. The not liking of each other is mutual. Doesn't mean that it has to be painful the whole time, because this is giving you an opportunity to see what your future could look like without all the bullshit in it. Wouldn't it be nice to not have any drama? I can literally look at my life on a daily basis and just be happy without having drama in my life, because I had drama in my life so much. And you know what's funny is I used to think that I just attracted drama, and I did, but I was also addicted to it. Because if something exciting wasn't going on in my life, whether I created it or somebody else did it to me, then what did my life really mean? I couldn't actually feel anything. And then when the drama was gone and I put my healthy boundaries up and I stopped allowing certain people into my space and into my life, and I refused to do the drama anymore, just the sheer, my shoulders can relax. I don't get stressful headaches every day anymore. I'm not so stressed out that I yell at the kids all the time. Now, there are moments. But my point is, the longer you stay in the drama energy, the harder it is for you to see this gift that the universe is literally handing to you. One thing that can really help kind of protect yourself from negative energies are the necklaces that I have. And yes, this is I'm plugging this right now, but it's been such a great support for me to be able to wear the black tourmaline. So, and I have black tourmalines, and I have tiger's eye, which is extreme protection as well from negative energies, because it can't actually, it repels them. The black tourmaline actually sucks the negative energy in and holds it, and it doesn't release anymore. And it doesn't affect you. It's crazy. And with the extra Reiki that I put into it, you have triple protection on these necklaces, and they're handmade and they're gorgeous. It's just the protection alone just the fact that how beautiful they are. Anyways, they're on my website. Easy way to protect yourself, wearing a talisman or 2 or 3 talismans. Let's see what this Hanged Man is, because I feel like this moment of pause is on purpose. Deep breaths. It's either really easy for the cards to come out or really hard for the cards. It's overabundance, underabundance. Yeah. While you're on this pause, so I have the 5 of Swords on the Hanged Man, don't lie to yourself. That 5 of Swords can creep into your mind, and you can tell yourselves lies until you're blue in the face. Right? When you feel those when you start to feel the negative words, the negative thoughts coming into your mind, I want you to ask yourself, would I say this to somebody I love? And if you wouldn't, don't say it to yourself. You need to love yourself more, right? And then we have Justice. So karmic retribution, balancing out the scales, evening things out in your life. Let's see. That's something that I tell the people, the clients that get the one-on-one alignment sessions. I say that to them all the time. You just got free alignment session advice. If you wouldn't say it to somebody you love, don't say it to yourself. You need to love yourself more, right? Some of you are in the middle of a divorce. The Hierophant on the Justice card. Divorces are really, really hard. Some of you, these are the endings that you're having. And some divorces can be really, really evil. And I mean, I've been through 2 of them. I was fortunate enough to be dealing with sane individuals and ones who loved my children and loved me as the mother of their children. And so the divorces that I've been through were much more copacetic than some divorces that I hear about. If you're going through a battle, whether it's a divorce or whether it's a battle with society, you're not alone. And usually it looks much worse than it actually is. So, because people like to do the fear mongering, there's that scare tactic when it comes to not getting what they want, right? And if one party is not getting what they want from the other party, they're going to manipulate you and scare you into trying to get what they want. Healthy boundaries. I literally have a person in mind who this reading is like for them because of the fear mongering and the scare tactics that they're receiving right now is horrendous. And it doesn't even have to be in a divorce. This is like even on a day-to-day basis. Like if you're in a relationship where somebody is threatening to like hurt themselves, if you leave them, you like want to leave the relationship, but they're threatening to hurt themselves. If you leave them, that is a ploy. That's manipulation at its finest. Because I guarantee you, if they really were going to hurt themselves, they would do it without saying it to you. Because most people who want to take their lives, most people who really have a plan to take their lives or really have a plan to hurt themselves in some way, shape, or form, they don't want to be stopped. So the ones that are actually telling you and manipulating you by saying, I'm going to hurt myself if you leave me, that's manipulation. And you can't feel guilty for their pain. If you caused them pain, yes, try and help out as much as possible. But if this is something that you know it's toxic for you and you have to remove yourself from it, you cannot feel guilty for them being in pain. You cannot feel guilty for them being angry. And they're going to say things to try and make you feel guilty, right? Whoa. Alrighty. So I got the Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Devil on the 7 of Wands. Literally, they're going to try and use all of the manipulation energy that they can to penetrate that boundary setting that you did, that healthy boundary setting that you did. So my advice is to not play into it. The manipulation is real, but what you can do is manifest yourself coming from a place of humility, the Magician and the 3 of Pentacles, and transformation. And the way that you're going to turn this around is with love. Kill them with kindness. Kill all the people with kindness. The way that your transformation that you're making right now by bettering yourself, by putting up your healthy boundaries, by no longer sitting in that negative energy, but recognizing that there is a kingdom of gold out there for you. Not gold-plated, real gold. And I don't mean that in a material way. this transformation that you're making, the way that you are rising from the ashes, the phoenix rising from the ashes, which is what the death card is, and then we have the wheel of fortune, that is going to shift the energy. It's all going to work out in your favor. But you have to believe it, right? So, big things happening today. And allowing yourself to be in protection is really, really big. If you want help in learning how to align yourself into your life, they're 20% off right now, the one-on-one alignment sessions. That's my birthday present to you guys. Virgo birthday specials are still going. Leo birthday specials are over, but I do have the Virgo birthday special still going. And oh, my merchandise is all 20% off as well. Big birthday presents. Like, it's all about my birthday. We are celebrating August and my birthday and Virgo season. I'm going to shower everybody with 20% off of everything. So if you want to get any cups or t-shirts, some of the designs are going to be discontinued as we move into the fall. We're working on some new t-shirt designs and cup designs. So if you've been wanting to get one and now is the time to do it, use the code FEARLESS, FEARLESS, to get 20% off. Mugs, t-shirts, all the good fun things. Necklaces for protection. We have rose quartz, we have black tourmaline, we have tiger's eye, we have pyrite, which is also fool's gold. And I think we have one citrine left. So get them while they're available. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and countdown to my birthday. 5 days, countdown to my birthday. Bye, guys.